It is 3 a.m. A phone screen glows in the dark room. A person lies awake, staring at old photos, replaying old memories. Their chest feels heavy, their mind won't stop racing. They whisper in silence, "Why can't I stop thinking about them? Why does it hurt so much? Am I broken forever?" The room is quiet, but inside their head is a storm. Memories crash in like waves, laughing together, promises made, the last painful goodbye. Each image is sharper than a knife, cutting deeper with every thought. They try to close their eyes. They try to breathe, but the heart doesn't listen. The more they fight it, the stronger it comes back. It feels like a prison they can't escape. And this is where many people find themselves after heartbreak, trapped in an endless loop of pain, isolation, and unanswered questions. Days turn into nights, nights turn into weeks, and still the ache does not leave. But here's the secret most people never hear. Heartbreak is not only emotional, it is biological. The brain reacts to a breakup in the same way it reacts to withdrawal from an addiction. That is why it feels impossible to move on. The suspenseful truth is this: heartbreak changes the chemistry of the brain. It tricks people into chasing memories of the past, even when those memories cause suffering. It makes them believe they are broken, when in reality, they are simply caught in a cycle the brain does not yet know how to break. But here is the question that will guide this story. If heartbreak is wired into the brain, can science also rewire it? The answer is yes. And in this video, you will discover how. There are proven psychological steps, tested, researched, and real, that can stop heartbreak from ruining a life. Steps that can quiet the racing thoughts, ease the heavy chest, and open a new path to peace. Imagine this same person months later. They are no longer lying awake at 3 a.m., lost in pain. Instead, they are rebuilding their life, smiling again, feeling free. That future is not a dream, it is possible, and it begins with understanding the science behind heartbreak. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to take back control, heal your heart, and reclaim your happiness. And it all starts now. Heartbreak is not only a story of emotions, it is also a story of the brain. When a relationship ends, the brain reacts as if it has lost something vital for survival. Scientists found that the same areas of the brain that activate during physical pain also light up during emotional pain. That is why heartbreak does not just feel sad, it feels like an injury inside the chest. Think of it like this. The brain once had a rhythm with another person. Daily messages, shared laughs, the comfort of presence. When that rhythm is broken, the brain does not understand. It keeps searching for the missing piece, like a radio stuck between stations. This is why thoughts of the ex return again and again. It is not weakness, it is biology. The brain releases chemicals, urging the person to remember, to reach back, to hold on. It is almost like the brain is addicted to the lost connection. Picture a person trying to distract themselves. They go out with friends, watch movies, even try to laugh. But when the night grows quiet, the mind drifts back to the same memories. They wonder why they cannot escape. They think they are failing. In truth, they are experiencing the natural withdrawal of attachment. But here lies the hopeful part. If the brain can be wired into heartbreak, it can also be rewired out of it. Just as people recover from addictions, they can recover from lost love. This knowledge changes everything. Heartbreak is not a sign of weakness, and it is not permanent damage. It is a temporary storm, and science has found ways to calm the waves. The first step is simple but powerful, and it begins not with fighting the pain, but with accepting it. The storm of heartbreak often feels impossible to control. Many people try to fight it. They push the feelings away, pretend they are fine, or distract themselves until they collapse from exhaustion. But the truth is, what we resist often grows stronger. This is where the first step comes in: acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up or agreeing with the pain. It means allowing the feelings to exist without judgment. Instead of saying, "I should be over this by now," acceptance says, "Yes, I am hurting, and it is okay to feel this way." Science supports this. Psychologists have found that labeling emotions, simply naming them, reduces their intensity. When someone says, "I feel lonely," or "I feel angry," the brain calms down. It no longer has to fight the storm in silence. Imagine a person sitting in their room, overwhelmed with sadness. At first they try to ignore it. They scroll, they eat, they laugh at videos. But deep down, the pain grows. Then, for the first time, they stop. They close their eyes and whisper, "I feel broken. I feel lost." In that moment, something shifts. The pain is still there, but it feels lighter because it has been acknowledged. Acceptance is not weakness. It is strength. It is the first step to freedom because it allows the healing process to begin. And yet this step alone is not enough. After acceptance, the brain needs something even more powerful, something that can change its very wiring. That is the next secret to healing heartbreak. Once the pain is accepted, the real work begins. The brain must be taught a new rhythm, a new pattern of life without the person who is gone. This is called rewiring. The brain is not fixed. It changes with every thought, every action, every choice. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to form new connections. And this is the key to healing heartbreak. Imagine a forest path. Every day someone walks the same trail, and it becomes clear, easy, automatic. That is what memories of an ex feel like. The mind keeps walking the same path, over and over. But here is the truth. New paths can be created. Each time a person chooses a new action, a new routine, a new thought, the forest slowly changes. Rewiring begins with small steps. Journaling each morning instead of scrolling through old messages, calling a friend instead of sitting alone in silence, learning a new skill like painting or running instead of replaying the past. Each small action is like cutting a fresh trail in the forest of the mind. At first, the old path calls loudly. It feels easier to go back to the familiar pain, but with time, the new path grows stronger. The brain adjusts, the memories lose power, and the future feels possible again. Picture someone who once cried every night. They start writing down their feelings, meeting new people, trying new hobbies. At first, it feels forced. But weeks later, they notice something. The pain no longer controls every thought. They are laughing again. They are moving forward. This is the power of rewiring. It does not erase the past. It creates a future strong enough to carry the past without breaking under it. And yet, there is still one more step. One that many fear, but one that sets the heart completely free. Letting go. Letting go sounds simple, but it is one of the hardest parts of heartbreak. The mind clings to the past like hands clutching a rope, even when the rope is burning. Most people believe letting go means forgetting, but that is not true. Letting go means releasing the weight of pain, so it no longer controls the present. Think of it like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Every memory, every what if, every unanswered question, each one is another stone. The longer someone carries it, the heavier it feels. But the moment they set it down, they realize how much lighter life can be. Science shows that letting go reduces stress hormones in the body. Cortisol levels drop, the heart rate slows, and the mind begins to heal. In other words, letting go is not just emotional, it is physical. One simple exercise is this: write a letter. Write every thought, every anger, every hope that never came true. Do not hold back. When the letter is finished, do not send it. Burn it, tear it, release it. This symbolic act tells the brain it is time to move forward. Imagine a person sitting at their desk, writing until the page is full. Tears fall, hands shake, but the words pour out. When they finally set the paper aflame or rip it apart, something shifts. The memories still exist, but they no longer feel like chains. Letting go does not erase the story of love. It honors it, then releases it, making space for something new. And that something new is the most powerful step of all, rebuilding life. After the storm of heartbreak, after the long nights and heavy days, comes a quiet moment. The pain no longer screams, it whispers. And in that space, something new can begin. This is the stage of rebuilding. Rebuilding life is not about replacing the person who is gone. It is about rediscovering the self that was lost along the way. Many people spend so much of themselves in a relationship that when it ends, they feel empty. But emptiness is not the end. It is a chance to fill life with something new. Picture someone who once avoided the world, drowning in memories. Slowly they begin to step outside again. They join a class. They try a new hobby. They spend time with friends who remind them of their worth. Each small action is a brick, and brick by brick they are building a new life. Science supports this stage too. Studies show that engaging in new activities, setting new goals, and building routines help the brain create fresh pathways that lead away from pain and toward growth. Confidence begins to return. Smiles come more easily. The person who once lay awake at 3 a.m., haunted by heartbreak, now looks forward to tomorrow. This stage is not about rushing. It is about progress, one step at a time. And with every step, the past loses its power while the future grows brighter. But the story does not end here. There is one final transformation, the moment where heartbreak no longer defines the journey, but becomes the fuel for strength. The story that began at 3 a.m. with tears and endless memories does not end in darkness. It ends with light. The same person who once felt trapped in heartbreak now walks with strength. They accepted their pain instead of hiding it. They rewired their brain with new habits and new paths. They let go of the weight of the past, and they began to rebuild piece by piece. Now, when they look in the mirror, they no longer see someone broken. They see someone transformed. Heartbreak did not ruin their life. It shaped it, teaching them resilience, courage, and the power to grow. And here is the truth. This transformation is not only their story. It can be yours too. Science has proven it. Acceptance calms the storm. New habits rewire the mind. Letting go frees the heart. Rebuilding creates a stronger self. These are not just ideas. They are real steps that can change any life touched by heartbreak. So if you are in pain now, remember this. Heartbreak is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new one. By choosing these steps, you take back your power. You take back your peace. And you open the door to a future brighter than you ever imagined. This is your chance. Do not let heartbreak write the final chapter of your life. Write it yourself. And if you want more science-backed strategies to master your mind and emotions, make sure you subscribe to MindEcho, because your healing journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come.